Hey everybody, it's Miss Joanne. I'm here again with another craft. This craft is a special craft. It's for Memorial Day, and it is a red, white, and blue wreath with a special kind of flower. Whoops, turn around there, you. In the center, which is a poppy, my rendition of a poppy. Poppies were they've become the symbol kind of Memorial Day. Sometimes you'll see them around Veterans Day too, but they really are connected to Memorial Day because of the poem in Flanders Fields that talks about the poppies blowing. They can be in all different colors, but this one is red, and that's the color that you usually will see. Let me get my string out of the way. When you see them, sometimes you'll see at this time of year, probably not this year, but sometimes you'll see older men usually selling them. They're not really selling them. It's more that you give a donation, whatever you think, to buy this little poppy that they sell. They'll be about that big. It's a red flower on a green stem, and you can, it's a little wire stem. You can hook it around your pocketbook handle, or if you wanted to, you could put it on a hat or on your, on your jacket or your top, whatever. It's just a sign of remembrance of the men and women, not as many women going back in history, but now definitely women who have died for our country in time of war. Service people, not just people walking down the street, but service people who have passed away in war. And so that's why we have a poppy in the middle of our wreath today. You could make this same wreath, turn around, behave. You could make this same wreath with anything that you wanted. And I used construction paper and paper plate. It might be easier if you had a flat piece of cardboard and cut a ring. The paper plate is probably about 10 inches across, I think. Let's see. I've got my ruler here. Let's see. About 9 inches across, I think. So my tubes that I put on here are each about 2.5 inches wide and about 6 inches long. So the long ways of the paper, you cut 2.5 inches, and then you'll get 2 out of that because it's construction paper is about 12 inches long. Okay, and I needed, what did I need? I have 4 blue, 4 white. Okay, so that's 8 and only 3 red, so I needed 11 to cover this. I think too, now that I look at it more, I might have fancied it up a little bit if I had the time and the supplies. Maybe put some sparkles on it. Maybe if you had that glittery nylon net stuff that you can use to wrap packages, but you can also use to make those wreaths that people hang in their windows, you could have put it in between them, make it look a little fancier. Around 4th of July, you could put little fake fuses and make it look like firecrackers on there. So that's what we're going to make. Okay, you need a ring, and I started this one while I was waiting here to get going today. So I started this one. I decided that instead of making it alternating colors, I was going to make this one with all the reds together, all the blues together, all the whites together. So you need the paper plate with the center cut out. Here's my center. And save that because you might use it for something else. Who knows? You could even, if you wanted, use it to make your poppy. But I think construction paper or something like that might be better because it's more flexible. So you can do that. You need some string to hang it by, or yarn, or ribbon, or whatever you have. It's good. This one, I glued everything. And it was a little tricky getting it to stick. So since I don't have that much time when I'm doing this, I'm going to use Scotch tape, and I already started Scotch taping it. I taped the tubes together in the back. Can you see it? You can see it. And then what I'm going to do, well, let me use the blue one so I can continue my pattern here. Then what I'm doing is I'm taking a piece of tape, putting it in the center, Okay, actually, let me move that over a little so it's more by the seam where the two pieces come together. So that'll be the back. And I'm going to take that piece and I'm going to put it right where the cut part is. So it's going to kind of line up with that. And I fold it under there. There we go. And then, because it's not that, well, I'll show you what will happen. If you leave it like that, it's going to go flop. Okay, we don't want flop. So make a tube out of your tape. You know how to do that. And stick it on the back. And then you're going to press it down onto your paper plate so it will stick on there better. There we go. So now we have 3 whites, 3 blues. Okay, now I'm going to check out my pattern, because if it does what the other one did, I needed 4 whites, 4 blues, and I only used 3 reds. And I was using less red, I decided, because my poppy is red. So I thought if I had an uneven number, I'd go a little bit less on the red. Okay, so let's see. Here we go. I have a piece of white, and let's see, I'm going to just check this before I go, make sure it works out the same way. Let's see, so there's my red. Let me tip it down so you can see. Okay, there's my red and red and red. Yeah, I bet I could squish another white and maybe another blue on there. So let's see. Here's my white paper. Okay, and I'm making my tube here. I just roll it up. There we go. Get the ends pretty even. I had a piece of tape sitting there, so I'm going to use that one first. Okay, so that's stuck together. I need another piece of tape. I'll take my reds off. And I'm going to put my tube right here. Pretty even with the edge. Okay, and there I'm sticking it on the inside. Whoops, why does it always do that? Goodness. On the inside, and taping it in place. Give it a little pinch together so it sticks well. And then I'm going to take another piece of tape. Now, if you're using glue, I would glue on my tubes first. Maybe glue whatever, 9 or 10 tubes together, and then see if you need more or not. Okay, now I'm putting my tape on there and pressing my tube down to stick to it. Okay, and let's see. So now if I put my reds, that'll actually work out pretty well, I think. So I only needed 4 of the white. Okay, so let's tape on the red ones that I had ready. Ha. Kind of like a little joke. The reds were ready. All right, so here we go. I know, very little joke. Okay, stick that under and make my little rolled up piece of tape. When I did the other one, I used the glue stick, and it took quite a bit of glue stick to make them stick. So if you do that, you're going to need to work at it a little bit. Okay, so let's see. Oops. I'm just going to fix that. I broke. Okay, let's see. All right, here we go. So we have this red tube. Where's the middle? There's the middle. You could do this using wrapping paper. If you had like silver wrapping paper maybe, and maybe some shiny blue paper left maybe from Hanukkah, red paper left from Christmas. You know, you could do this. Well, now, isn't that a hoot? There's a little bit of a space, although maybe that's okay, because maybe that's where I'll put my poppy, although I kind of like to put my poppy over there. Maybe I'll squish another white one in just because I can. Let's see, if I change the angle of this one a little, moosh it over that way, and moosh that one over a little that way. It's pretty malleable. That means bendable, doable. You can change things as you want. Okay, but I lost my other red tube. Where did it go? Ah, I had, oh, there it is. Okay, it's right here. Goodness gracious. All right. There we go. Okay, so let's see. Can I swoosh it in there? They're just paper, so they should be pretty swooshy. Come on, let me in. There we go. Get it in there. Is it level? No, it's not level. There, I want it to be kind of level, a little bit level. Okay, and take an extra piece of tape. I did it kind of backwards. I did the tape on the back and then the tape in the middle. I guess it doesn't really matter. So there's my wreath as it stands right now. Okay, and then I said I wanted my, oh, I could put my poppy right between the whites. I think that's what I'm going to do. For right now, I'm going to set that aside. Now, if you had used glue, you could let that sit and dry. Okay, so here's my poppy that I drew. I drew it pretty much freehand. I used a bottom of a vase to get a circle. And then I just kind of made it almost kind of like heart shapes. And I made a circle in the middle. Okay, I will see if I can make a copy of this. The original one is floating around here. Oh, there it is. I was going to say it's floating around here somewhere. Looked like that. You know, when I have the screen tipped down, I can never tell what it looks like, so I'm going to tip it up. Let's see. There we go. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's what it looked like. And you can see it's kind of crumpled up. I did that on purpose, and you're going to see why. Because that's kind of how real poppies look. They come in different colors. There are red ones, and pink ones, and orange ones, and kind of periwinkle purpley ones. But the red one is the one that's used usually for this. So just so you know, I'm trimming out. I had it drawn already, and I did it with marker so you could see the edge better. And I am cutting down in. See how I cut down? Because you're going to want to bend it. That's what those creases are there from. Real poppies have kind of a crinkly texture, a little bit wrinkled looking. And they have black in the center. Here we go. Okay, so we're making my little heart shapes, my semi-heart shapes. Okay. And again, I'm cutting pretty far down because I want that petal to be able to bend. I made 5 petals. I was thinking when I was making plans, should I make 5 petals or should I make 4? I don't know how many a real poppy has. I have not ever counted. I did try to grow them one time and it didn't work. However, supposedly they will grow very well, just not for me. And in case you're wondering, poppy, like poppy seed bagel, yep, poppy seeds for poppy flowers are what gets put on the poppy seed bagel. The ones on the bagel won't grow because, you know, they've been cooked. They put them on and then they put them in the oven. Okay, so here's my thing. I'm going to color in my center. And I brought a green marker. I'm going to color this one dark green. Let's see. Which almost looks black on there, which is fine. I was just curious to see if there would be a difference. Because I'm always curious about things. Okay. Oh, and the other thing I did to make it look a little bit more realistic, can you see the little black lines? They actually looked better when they were just in pencil. So I'm going to do it just with my pencil, put little lines there. Maybe ink, if I had used a regular pen, would be better. They're just two little lines slanting toward the edge of the petal on each thing. Can you see them? There we go. Okay. All right. So now the folding stuff. I folded each one towards the center, just as far down as I cut. Boy, that's really wet. It absorbs the marker. Who knew? Now I have green fingers. Okay, I think this one could cut down a little farther to make it bend a little bit more. There we go. Okay, they're all bent inward. My fingers are nicely green. Okay, so I want to be careful not to get that extra green onto my flower. So right now it looks like that, and that's pretty good. But if you want to make it a little bit more realistic looking, I think, I tried to make like a W shape. So I folded it away from me. Okay, so I'm holding it wrong side toward you. I folded it in the middle with the pointed part going away from me. And then I took the two sides and sort of folded them almost like a W shape. And then I unfolded them. Okay, so there you go. It starts, oh, you can't really see it. Can you see it a little bit? It starts getting a little bit more realistic shape. So here we go. It's going in a little bit and out a little bit. And then I undo it a little bit. Okay, so in toward the middle. And then the outside, the edges go the other way. And then undo. And in toward the middle, so it's like that, and then these two ends, and you notice it's not perfectly symmetrical. I thought it kind of looked good that way, so I hope you think it looks good that way. In towards the middle, then the other parts out, so it reminds me of a W shape when you look at it from the top edge. Can you see there's like a W? Oh no, well from that point, from my point of view, it's a W. I think from your point of view, it's more like an M. Okay, so there we go. There's my poppy. It's done. I'm going to fold them in again. And then instead of, I had a hole punch here, but when I looked at it, I said, wow, that's going to make a big hole. I didn't want that big a hole. So I took my skewer, like we used last time, and let's see, I think I want this to be the top of my poppy. So right there in the middle, I just gently poked it through and turned it a few times, just like last week when we made the whirly jig. So I have a hole. Okay, and my yarn is here. And I'm just gonna cut off a piece, not too terribly long, just like that. Okay, and twirl it around my fingers a little bit to get it nice and tight. And poke it, oops, it came undone. If you had one of those big plastic embroidery needles, great big plastic ones, you could use one of those. So there it is. Okay. And the one that I have made already, I just made a knot in the back here. So here's my flower. That's the back side of the yarn coming through. I made a knot. I went around my finger and poked it through. And then I poked it through again and again. Come on. And then I slid it all together to make a kind of a bigger lump than usual. Usually you don't want lumps and things. This you want kind of a little bit of a lump so that it doesn't pull right through. Okay, so there it is. If you want to be fancy, you could trim off the excess. Okay, so that's me being fancy. Okay, there's my flower. My wreath is here, and I had decided that I was going to put it between the two whites. So here we go. I'm going to go like this. And let's see. I think I just want to put this on the back. The other one, I tied it around, but I think I just want to put it on the back. Let's see how that will work. There we go. So I'm going to flip it over and just tape it, just making sure it will hang about the right length. Let me see, make it a little taller. There we go. Little upper, a little shorter, really. The extra piece of yarn was the part that was taller. I was kind of looking at things backwards. All right, so I'm just going to do it this way. And I think maybe I'll do that same thing, make another little knot up here. Actually, before I used 2 pieces of yarn and made the hanger, but I could actually tie a knot in this and make this the hanger if I wanted to. Would have been better if I'd made it longer, but you know, hey, it's all about learning as we do these things. So I'm going to cut that off, and I'll make a hanger the same way I did the other one. Okay, so there we go. And for that, I'm going to punch a hole through. About there. Okay. It won't come off. There we go. Okay. Have my yarn, because for this, this part doesn't matter that much. It doesn't matter if it shows a little. Okay, poke my yarn through, and this is yarn. I didn't bring string today. Pull it up, make it even. Okay, and you know how to do this. Wrap it around your fingers. I like to use 2 fingers. Poke the ends through, pull it tight. It's up to you if you like a long end down there or a short end. And there we go. There's our wreath. As you see, they always want to twirl to face the other way. I'm going to put a piece of tape closer to the bottom of the plate, the edge of the plate right there, to see if I can coax it, turn around, into staying facing front. We'll find out. No, it really wants to turn. Okay, which is fine. It's no biggie. And now that I've disrupted my tubes that were here, I pull them back into place. And there we go. Here's our poppy in a wreath. Turn around so everybody can see you. And everybody have a happy, safe, healthy Memorial Day. Remember somebody who gave their life for our country, maybe a grandfather, maybe an uncle. There are people that, you know, your ancestors, definitely, there was probably at least one. So that's what Memorial Day is about. That's my poppy wreath, which really, really, really wants to face the wrong way. I'll have to work on that. Maybe it's because of all the folding. What do you think? A little science project there. Okay, I think if you wanted to, you could color the other side, then it wouldn't matter as much. But at any rate, there's our poppy wreath. You can do it for the 4th of July, make it more flashy, you know, make it look like firecrackers. Maybe stick some sparkly stuff out of the ends of the tubes, whatever. But this is our Memorial Day wreath. So everyone, happy and healthy. Bye. See you next time.